Good morning, Shield Wall Nation. This, once again, is your daily report. Now, as I've done before, I'm going to put all the COVID facts down below, and let's just get right into this report. Before I do, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell notification too, so you're notified when the videos go up. So, let's talk a little about the DNC and what's kind of going on in their party. The DNC, also known as the Democratic National Committee, voted down a measure to reject corporate donations and ban corporate lobbyists from serving on their committee. I mean, as far as I can recollect, they shouldn't even be on the committee to begin with. And that one kind of shows that in our politics, how invested we are to get money from people rather than serving the people. Think about that. In addition, Bernie Sanders' senior campaign advisor, Jeff Weaver, asked supporters to drop proposals that are, quote-unquote, going against the movements, such as eliminating superdelegates and expanding mail-in ballots. So this move is going to probably further enrage the far left Democrats, such as Bernie Sanders and socialist people as well. So I have notes here. It says that that their far left critics who are already frustrated with the DNC not including Medicare for All in the 2020 platform. A total socialist defection from Democratic Party before November is unlikely. However, the mounting injuries to the far left by the DNC could draw votes away from Biden or convince many to simply not show up to the polls. So that's kind of interesting. It's kind of showing a little bit more the feud that Democrats have against their far left constituents, I guess, that they don't agree with their socialist platform, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice to know that the Democrats are against that, and that the far left is their own entity. So in fact, maybe they shouldn't even be considered far left. Maybe something else. Anyways, here comes a little bit of news from the past, and you probably have already heard it, but you're going to hear it here anyways. It says in Ferguson, St. Louis prosecutor Wesley Bell announced that the former police officer Darren Wilson will not be charged in the 2014 shooting death of Michael Brown. Brown's death was a catalyst for the highly destructive riots and anti-police protests that became the springboard for Black Lives Matter organization. 6 years ago, a grand jury declined to indict Wilson. Bell said that his office could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that when Darren Wilson shot Michael Brown, he committed murder or manslaughter under Missouri law. So there's that. And there has been a little bit of things going off on St. Louis because of that. I mean, there's proof that he didn't do it. There's there's cam proof. There's a witness, which was actually, from my understanding, Michael Brown's cousin, stated everything in which basically defended Darren Wilson. I'm surprised. I thought this was taken care of. I thought everything was solved, and I thought he was all these crimes were that were charged against him were dropped. So, anyways, it's kind of interesting to find out that it's actually still going on. And yeah, so to the Civilian Defense Corp, this is all I can really find so far on the group. In fact, there's the website out there. I will put that in the description below. It looks really good as a front, but is it really? So the Civilian Defense Corp is a far-left Antifa supporting paramilitary group in Columbia, South Carolina, that openly advocates the use of the deadly force against law enforcement personnel to protect the people from what they call government tyranny. In a recent Facebook post, the militia group Civilian Defense Corp suggested that federal agents should be shot in the face. And in fact, it says they should be shot in the face because they don't have armor there. It says, according to its website, the Civilian Defense Corps is actively recruiting former infantry to serve as armed reserve units to investigate hate crimes and threats against minorities as well as the LGBTQ plus community. The local media refers to the heavily armed civilian corps as a leftist peace group. The group, which appears to be a 401c3 nonprofit, uses a formal application process to choose qualified applicants. The leader of the militia, Walid Hakim, is originally from Al-Azma, Kuwait, according to his Facebook about page. As the Far Left Watch notes, Hakim's Facebook page is littered with communist iconography and Black Lives Matter logos. In a post on Wednesday, Hakim said to being a communist, saying that only communism will save the planet. In a suspect post last month, Hakim claimed to have a vocal support of the Democratic mayor of Columbia, Stephen Benjamin. And I'm putting pictures up here so you guys can see it, obviously. It says Scott Garrick, a spokesman of the mayor's office, could not immediately confirm to America Greatness whether or not Benjamin had endorsed the radical paramilitary group without first talking to the mayor, but pointed out that the pictures appear to be crudely photoshopped. It says, in the photo, Hakim's raised fist seems to be squared off, as does his right shoulder. After advocating the use of deadly force against law enforcement officers, Hakim encouraged followers on his personal Facebook page to attend a march on Friday, which is this past Friday, at South Carolina Law Enforcement Division in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. The post claims that the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is the lead investigating agency in the Elijah Witherspoon case. Witherspoon, 18, drowned after he went missing from a boat in Cooper River on June 25th. Although there doesn't seem to be any social justice angle to the teen's drowning, his family initially questioned the official account of his drowning. And it says, quote, Elijah deserves a proper investigation, and his family deserves answers. So, that's a lot of information to really chalk up and to really process. It's like with the DNC, like I said, it's showing a lot of divisiveness amongst their group, which could be good for the nation. Maybe not good for their party. So it could be good for the nation. It could be showing that at least the Democrats have removed their head from their bottom, got some fresh air, regained some brain cells, and I'm actually thinking through this. So there's that. And with the Ferguson case with Darren Wilson and Michael Brown, like I said, I thought that was done a long time ago. Apparently it wasn't. And at least we finally got an answer. Even though it took 6 years, we finally got an answer. And of course that answer is not going to be what everyone wanted, because they base their platform off of that. Like Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter base their platform, their movement off of Michael Brown. And they base it off because they want justice. Well, they got justice, and that's probably what they don't like, right? So there's that. And then, like I said, with the Civilian Defense Corp, there's not a lot of information, but I'll put the website to the link to their website down below, so you can go and check it out. for face value, it looks good. It looks like they're well organized, which they probably are. But once you start looking at their leadership and what they truly believe in, it shows a far different picture. Kind of like with NFAC. I mean, it looks good on picture. A military, a militia that's strictly just all, black people, but they're militia, so that's good. But then you start looking at their leader and their leadership and how things pan out. It's not good at all. In fact, it's poorly led and poorly managed. So kind of like the Civilian Defense Corp, poorly led. It's led by a communist that believes in communism and believes in violence, even though on their website it says in one of their rules, first rule, go read it, kind of contradicts what he's saying, right? A leader needs to lead and lead by example. You can't enforce one thing on your people and you're doing the exact opposite, or promoting your people to do the exact opposite of what they're pledged to do. That's an immoral order from a leading officer, and you have every right in the military to not to do that order. If the order comes down to say, hey, I just want you to go and kill all those kids at that school. Why? Because I said so. I'm giving you an order. And it doesn't seem right to go wipe out kids. You don't have to do it. Yes, you'll get in a lot of trouble. You probably get thrown in jail. All the sorts of things until a court case comes down and goes, oh yeah, that's very illegal. Then things go back to order. So anyways, I've done enough rambling here. I hope everyone has a great Monday morning. As you can tell, I'm not at work. It's nice, beautiful day. Got some things to do around the house. So stay strong, stay resilient. Shield wall up.